joining the European Union as leaders agreed to start membership talks. But money to sustain its war effort against invading Russia hit a familiar roadblock with an ally of Russia's president in the EU. VOA's Arash Arabasadi has the story.
Rescue workers fight flames in Ukraine's Odessa region after a downed drone starts a fire in a residential area, killing at least one civilian. Ukraine's Air Force said it destroyed 20 Russian drones overnight, and the regional governor said it was the third Russian airstrike in the past week. As Ukraine readies for another winter at war with Russia, European leaders met late last week in the Belgian capital to discuss Ukraine's bid to join the EU.
26 member states decided to support the proposal of a review of the multi-annual framework. 26, this is not enough to make a legally binding decision.
The European Union consists of 27 member states. All 27 must unanimously approve other nations joining the fold. The lone holdout to Ukraine's accession remains Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, considered Russian President Vladimir Putin's strongest ally in the EU. After what's been described as a stalemate in Brussels, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz says he suggested that Orban leave the room while the other 26 nations discussed a €50 billion aid package to Ukraine, something Orban so far refuses to support. Orban promptly took to social media to call the decision senseless, irrational, and wrong, adding that Hungary is not changing its position. Despite failing to reach financial terms of support at the meeting in Brussels, European leaders expressed hope for the future of war-torn Ukraine.
We are working very hard, of course, to have a result of where there is an agreement of 27 member states. But I think it is now also necessary to work on potential alternatives to have an operational solution in case that an agreement by 27, so unanimity, is not possible.
The Brussels summit came in the same week that Putin held his annual year-end marathon news conference in Moscow. The Russian president, who recently announced he'd seek another term in the Kremlin, said Ukraine's free ride of financial aid would soon come to an end, predicting fractures in the EU and a hyper-partisan U.S. Congress. Putin also expressed a willingness to reach an agreement with the U.S. on returning Western detainees without revealing many details. As world leaders debate aid packages and the future of Ukraine's EU membership at meetings likely in January, a drone strike in Ukraine's Kherson region serves as a reminder that another winter at war is coming, with or without material support. Arash Arabasadi, VOA News.
All right,